Stop buying the Eagles PR bullshit. They wanted to pay Micah Parsons $47 million.
And Myles Garrett, they wanted him too.
$47 million for Micah. You're telling me that we couldn't give Brandon Graham a couple million? Come on, man. They let him walk out the door, and everything Howie did after that did not work.
Without further ado, the man, the myth, the legend, the man who welcomed Brandon Graham himself back to the Philadelphia Eagles, my man, Big Z, Zander Krause joins us.
What's up, Big Sills? How you doing, brother?
I am doing fantastic. I think for the fans today, man, that was awesome for Brandon Graham. But here's my topic question to you. Are the Eagles better as a defense with Brandon Graham?
Incrementally. I mean, he's not going to do that much. He's 37 years old. But, Sills, hear me out. Who do you feel better about? Brandon Graham or Azeez Ojulari? Or Obo Okoronkwo?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know
this decision could have been made in February then.
I agree. But look, I'm mad at the organization for this, and I was mad at them when they did it. Brandon Graham didn't want to retire. Brandon Graham wanted to come back. Brandon Graham was willing to take a veteran minimum to be on this team. Instead, Howie decided to sign $14 million Timu signings, none of which have worked out. A bunch of dusty edge rushers that have done shit for this team, Uche and Ojulari and Obo and all these Patrick Johnsons, and they didn't want to give BG a roster spot. So, it was a joke the way they handled it, but BG last year had 4 sacks, 21 pressures, 79.3 PFF grade, and he was ranked 20th out of edge rushers in the NFL. So, look, I'm not saying that's a reason to put a bunch of stock in him. I just think for 10, 15 snaps, I don't think he had nothing left in the tank. I don't think he was done and down and out when he retired. I felt like he was a guy that retired, who could still contribute to some extent. Obviously, the business gets in the way. And, I don't think it's the end-all fix, but I'm happy to have BG back. I love BG back. We could use a little BG energy around this team right now, I think.
Okay, well then, don't you think a 37-year-old guy with the injuries that you saw at the Rams game and then you saw in the Super Bowl,
yeah.
do you magically think a 37-year-old guy is going to all of a sudden find the fountain of middle age and just all of a sudden be healthy for you? Now, again, limited snaps.
I don't know. How do you view a tricep injury? Like, do you view that as more of a kind of a freak injury or an age injury? Like, Nolan's got one too. I'm like, what's up with all our edge rushers getting tricep injuries? Because if you look at BG's career, with the exception of 21, where he had I forget, it was Achilles or ACL, I forget what it was for BG. He's been a healthy player. He's played a lot of snaps in his career. So, I don't know. I mean,
I think it's an old man's injury.
I don't think Brandon Graham's going to go down.
I think it's an old man's injury.
Really? Nolan Smith ain't an old man.
I think he's a fragile, small, undersized player.
Yeah, thanks. It was Achilles. I figured that. I thought that. Well, look, if something happens, I'm certainly not letting this sour my thought.
No. Listen.
No, but I've seen that said of like, oh, if it doesn't work out, is this going to tarnish Brandon? I'm like, tarnish Brandon Graham. He's been here for 15 fucking years.
Bro, that guy's legacy is set. There's nothing that can
locked in.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it's over. That's not.
I don't know
saying if Brady came back and threw 18 picks in a row, that'll taint his legacy. What are you, crazy? That's not.
Wait, think about it, though. Think about this. BG, and I get it. He's coming off the tricep, and I know he's 37, and sometimes business gets in the way. He was the 20th ranked edge graded in football last year. He had 4 sacks in 13 games. He had 21 pressures on 324 snaps. Instead of giving that guy the vet minimum to fill out he could be the 53 man on the roster for all I give a shit. You got dudes out there who couldn't even get dressed the first 6 weeks as Ojulari. I mean, that's what Howie. So for all the people who say it's a money thing, it's not a fucking. Stop buying the Eagles PR bullshit. They wanted to pay Micah Parsons $47 million.
And Myles Garrett, they wanted him too.
$47 million for Micah. You're telling me that we couldn't give Brandon Graham a couple million? Come on, man. They let him walk out the door, and everything Howie did after that did not work. This is one of the worst offseasons I've ever seen Howie Roseman have.
Again, he's a Hall of Fame GM. He's just having a brutal offseason. or a brutal year, actually, to the point. So
I think the draft was okay.
Well, I'll tell you what, Vic didn't have very high praise about Makuba today.
Well, that's because Makuba's boom or bust. He either makes a big play or he gets absolutely burnt.
Uneven.
Yeah, watch. That
Now,
was, is that what Vic used? I didn't even see the
uneven.
press.
He used the word uneven.
I didn't see the press. Uneven. I'll watch it later.
Again, rookie. I'm okay. You know, if you think you're going to find Cooper DeJean and Q every year in the draft, you're out of your mind.
No, but I think Campbell looks like a good pick,
Yeah.
and it's probably early. It's early to say that on anybody in this draft class.
I'm putting Dean in there on the run, man. That guy's he is a better run defender than Campbell, right? It's not a rip on Campbell. He's just not ready yet.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Dean, he was a missile in there, dude. Now, this thing with BG, does this now force Howie Roseman to have to make a trade on November 4th? Because if that's your fix for edge, dude, that's not a fix.
I agree with that.
Doesn't it raise the stakes a little higher that you're talking to Kid Phillips? And
you think we're going to learn a little bit about what Howie thinks of this team by the trade deadline?
Say again.
You think we're going to learn a little bit about what Howie thinks of this roster and this team at the trade deadline?
I do.
Like if he doesn't make a move,
phone lines up right now, and I think he's second guessing. Now, look, you know what I'm going to
no, my point was more like if he doesn't make a move, does he think that we're not competing this year? Or if he makes a move, does that tell you, all right, let's go for it?
Couple ways to look at it. That's ego talking too if they don't make a move because he thinks that the roster's good enough. And that's how they believe in a lot of ways, that they believe that they have the personnel in the building. Now, if he starts making moves, here's where I'm going to give him credit, where most GMs won't. If you recognize your mistakes, Zander, and you don't sit on them like a lot of teams do, and you go try to rectify the mistakes that you made, I'll give him massive kudos for that. Hey, I fucked up at the edge. I just went and got Phillips. Hey, I fucked up at corner. Hey, I just went and made a move and got the kid Ward out of Cleveland. I mean, dude, if he does that, a lot of GMs won't do that. They won't.
A lot of evaluations were off too. I mean, they wanted Jalix Hunt to develop.
He's actually started showing up a little more the last couple.
It's not this year, bro.
No, it's not.
It's not this year. This guy, he wasn't ready to be the number 2 edge rusher this year.
No, he wasn't. No.
Well, that's what he was coming into the year.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's a misadventure. Some of it is you need these young guys to develop, and if they're not ready to develop, but look, that's part of the reason you ripped them for taking a developmental guy in round 3 because you need round 3 guys to play quickly. Well, now you have a developmental guy who looks like he's got high upside, but isn't quite putting it all together yet, which, by the way, we should all be ready for. The kid started playing end 2-3 years ago. He was playing safety at Cornell like 4 years ago, this guy. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man.
Who do you think's hurt the team more this year, Kevin Patullo or Howie Roseman?
Well, Howie didn't reload the defense, but Bobo Patullo is getting nothing out of this $245 million offense. So I'm going to have to go with if the offense was performing like a top 5 unit, what would we be saying about this team?
Kevin Patullo would be getting a job in the next coming coaching cycle.
All right, that's fine. I'm just saying, where would we be as a team right now for this year?
If you were top 5?
Yeah.
That defense would be improved then, too, because they'd be off the field more.
Yeah.
You'd probably be the best team in the NFC.
Yeah, I'm with Dawood. Push.
Take
them both. Take them both. They both are doing a shit job. I don't know. The one thing about Patullo is I just don't think he's giving you an advantage. Like, there's this dude on Twitter, The Honest NFL, and I like him because he worked in the NFL front offices for a long time. He was with the Eagles for a little bit, and he put up this thing today about how impressive the coaching staff is in Indianapolis and how good Shane Steichen is this year, day in and day out, week in and week out for that team and having them prepped and the game plan is spot on and he's got Daniel Jones, knowing where to go with the ball, all these different things. And I'm like, boy, we don't get any of that from our coaches. Say what you want. I mean, people can blame Jalen. People can blame all the We don't get any advantage from our coaching staff offensively. None.
Too
None
many
from
roosters,
Nick.
too many roosters in the henhouse.
Yeah, but even the head roosters, I mean, Nick was hired. You know, I heard his quote, and again, this isn't going to translate perfectly, but the principle and the premise of it applies. It was Steve Sarkisian at a podium this week, I think it was. He's the head coach of Texas football. They're obviously struggling right now to live up to the expectation they had with Arch Manning and all these different things. So a reporter asked him, "Do you think you should give up play calling? You know, you got a lot of other things to manage, recruiting and the team and all these different things. You think you'd be better at the other stuff if you gave up play calling?" And he said, "I was hired to be a play caller. I was hired because I was a good play caller. What do you think I got? That's why I got hired. Why would I give up play calling? That's why Texas hired me." And you think back on Nick, and you're like, boy, this guy was hired as an offensive mind.
Mm-hmm.
And what does he provide from – I'm not talking about basic offensive concepts. I'm talking about an advantage at the pro level, which is hard to do. You got to be a rare offensive mind to be able to give an advantage at the pro level. I'm not saying it's easy, but we were sold that as the bill of goods when we hired Nick. Now, is that on Nick? Is that on the quarterback? Is that on the offense? Is it on Patullo? I don't know where you want to put it. But I don't necessarily see that offensive advantage being given to us by our coaching staff, either of them, Nick or Kevin.
I agree. I completely agree. I got another one here for you. So how much do you think the 2024 season affected the O-line? Let's just do this. Let's just take Barkley out of this. So Landon Dickerson has had 2 off-season procedures. Your center's had a back surgery. Steen has been good, but Steen is more finesse than what Becton was.
Steen's not a bully in the run game.
Right. So that whole entire internal part inside, by the way, Mulata at times has not been Mulata. And then also, too, the tush push. How much has that affected the wear and tear of this offensive line? You think it's not Barkley that got worn down? Do you think the offensive line has got worn out?
Absolutely. I mean, what's the barometer to answer this question? A scale of 1 through 10? Is it an A, B, C, D?
Last year, you were second in rushing. Now you're 30th.
No, I'm saying, how should I answer it? Is it a scale of 1 through 10? I'm putting it at 10. I mean, it ruined the offensive line by all accounts. Not ruined them, but, they can't run the ball. I mean, people are mad at Drew Brees. I get a kick out of this stuff. Eagles fans, I love you, but sometimes you guys drive me nuts where it's like Drew Brees threw for 80,000 pass yards in the NFL. You think he doesn't know football?
500 touchdowns.
Really, do we think Drew Brees doesn't know football? Same thing with Cam Newton. All these Eagles fans, Cam Newton's an idiot. I'm like, is he? Is he really an idiot? He went first overall. He won an MVP. I mean, come on, he's one of the best quarterbacks we've seen in the modern era, especially, for a dual threat quarterback. So just because he doesn't glaze Jalen Hurts doesn't make him a dumbass. But Drew Brees is talking about this, and how do you have the weapons on this team with the dual threat quarterback, and they're the 30th rushing offense right now, dude? That is crazy. That is crazy. So the offensive line ain't holding up. It's fair at this point. I'm not going there yet because every time I watch the tape, Barkley's getting shredded in the backfield. It's fair for somebody to say, though, Barkley lost a step. It is. I'm not going to say it because I think it's more of the offensive line. But you and John are both now getting to the camp of, I think Barkley lost it a little bit. I don't know if Barkley lost it.
4 knee surgeries, 460 carries, a banged-up O-line.
He doesn't look slow to me. He doesn't look slow.
I gave you the boxing analogy on a shot fighter. He could train all he want, get into a fight. It's this, Zander. You can have all the speed, but this, look. Don't you think eventually all them hits? You can't get hit any longer. You go down easier. You could be the healthiest guy on the planet. You could run 40 still at 4.5. But you get hit, you go down.
It does look like he goes down a little easier this year.
And you're right, LOS 36% of the time. Last year, again, I mean, okay, well, it's either
Dawood's right there. You see that lane last night for Gibbs, by the way, that was the fastest run in 3 seasons.
That fucking boy, I couldn't have been more wrong about that guy, Jahmyr Gibbs. Can
I
he
knew he
fucking
was
play?
He did that in
Holy
Alabama.
shit, can
Yeah,
he
was
play?
crazy. Dude, 22 miles an hour he hit. He didn't get touched. There was not an opposing.
He outran pursuit.
Yeah, there was not a team. There was not an opposing play. And not a player on that Buck defense that touched him on that run. That is crazy. Up the middle, up the B gap or whatever the hell it was.
He fucking was he had like 80 yards catching too, like on 3 catches.
He's a crazy good player.
He is a crazy good back, man.
Yes,
holy shit. Oh, wait. Now I have to get to my golden goose.
Uh-oh.
My gem.
I know where you're going.
My gem.
Surprised you didn't start with the golden goose today.
I know. You know what though, man? I'm a big saver on the golden goose for the middle to the end here. AJ, I'm just gonna do this. Zander. AJ Brown. Respond.
I'm getting kind of tired of it. I think he's trolling though. Honestly, AJ. I think he's trolling the media.
The media?
Yeah, I think.
Why?
Because I think he knows that no matter what he posts, people are going to run with it, and I think he's having a little bit of fun with it. And
at the expense of the quarterback?
What do you mean?
Dude, the only people are going to think that's aimed at is the QB and the offense. He's already said Kevin Patullo's, and he's endorsed him. He's backed him. He said,
well, let's be real here, because everybody keeps saying this. I'm just going to set a record straight. For everybody saying that A.J. Brown, had a big game, he didn't, really. He had 4 catches. He had 2 touchdowns. They were beautiful splash plays, but hear me out. He had 4 catches in the game. 2 of them were off schedule. The touchdown throw was off schedule. Jalen pointed to go to the end zone. And the 3rd and 15 where Jalen scrambled to the outside, and he hit AJ on a comeback because it was a broken play. AJ wants to be, I think, in rhythm on the offense. AJ wants play designs for him. AJ wants, an on-schedule offense coming up. Now, I'm not saying he's right. I'm just saying I don't think the 4 catches are doing what it did for AJ that people think. 4 fucking catches. I mean, look, come on, that's not that many catches. I know he had 120 yards, but so I think maybe he's still bitching, but I do think he's trolling. I think he's just having fun with it now. I mean, what is he doing?
Every week.
What's he doing? Why would he tweet that or post that? Whatever the hell it was.
Every week.
That's what I mean. I think he's trolling. Big Trag says he's trolling us. You think he's trolling us, Big Trag?
Why do I care? I don't give a shit. I care more about him who he's trolling, not him doing it. Why is he taking shots? I think it's taking shots at the quarterback.
Well,
I think he hates you. Just said it. You just said it. He hates the offense he's in.
He probably does, doesn't he?
Yes. Yes.
I said this in the Discord earlier. I said this in the group chat earlier. I'm like, Randy Moss, no ring. Megatron, no ring. Terrell Owens, no ring. Bro, receivers don't give a shit about rings. They don't. They want the football.
They care about the bag, and they care about the numbers.
The stats. Because, look, that's how they're remembered in this league. That's how you are. But, so I don't know. Maybe he doesn't care. Maybe he's trolling. I don't know what to make of this one. It was kind of a weird, what was the exact quote again? Let me look it up. Let me go look at AJ's
Keep
post.
the main thing the main thing.
No, it wasn't. main thing. He said, using me, but not using me.
What the fuck? What is he, Socrates?
What does that mean?
I don't fuck with it. Right. Help me out of here.
Let me like that shit. I'm gonna like it and comment it. Get this man the ball.
Oh my God, dude. Keep the main thing the main thing. Hey,
you know what's an interesting storyline here that's happening this year?
I
messed my camera. Devontae Smith is wide receiver 1.
Well, eventually that was going to happen.
Devontae Smith is wide receiver 1 this year. I think it happened. Bro.
Maybe that's why AJ's pissed.
Devontae has 38 receptions for 504 yards. He's got 5 less targets than AJ.
Yeah, but dude, he got 186 yards in one game. I mean, let's be real.
All right, AJ had 120 last game, so he had more than AJ coming into that game too.
Okay. I mean, well, here, since we're there, let's go there. You tell me what this sounds like. So here's the Eagle offense. You're 26th after 7 games and 28 quarters of football. You're 22nd in passing. You're 30th in the run game. You're 14th in scoring. You're first in red zone. And on third down, you're 27th. On defense, you're 23rd in defense. You're 19th in pass defense. You're 22nd in run defense. You're 20th in scoring defense. You're third again in red zone. This is where you're 5 and 2. Red zone offense, red zone defense.
Yeah, I mean, look,
you're third in getting off the field. You're 26th. How do you think you played in 28 quarters?
This is a scary team, man. If this team can, I think they're a C plus, and if they get to a B plus, they might never lose again. They're 5 and 2. They got. I mean, look. Here's the thing.
So you think they're not teetering? You think they're just
they could be teetering. You can look at it two ways. The way Big Sills is going to look at it is probably going to be they're teetering. The way I'm looking at it is this team has a knack for winning football games, dude. Most games in the NFL are one-score games, Sills. Most games.
Okay.
The Eagles have won all their games by 1 score or less. This team has a knack for winning football games. Now, if they're able to play, I'm being completely honest. I don't think they're playing their best ball or anything close to it. They had a good game last week, but still, you needed a great game from Jalen, a perfect game from Jalen to squeak by the Vikings. This team ain't as good as it was a year ago. If that's where you're going with the stats, then I agree. Defense isn't as good. Run game's not as good. Pass game is still what it is. I mean, this team is not as good, but that's why I said Jalen's got to be an MVP week in and week out. If this team is going to go the distance, they're going to need Jalen to be an MVP. And the other thing you can't leave out is, dude, if we beat a bunch of stiffs, I'd be like, yeah, you're right. We beat the Rams. We beat the Bucks. We beat the Chiefs. We're beating good programs.
You sound like 23 again.
Yeah, we beat the Bills. We beat the Chiefs that year. We beat a bunch of good teams. Yeah, I don't think we're 23. If we were 23, we would have lost that Vikings game.
Everything you just said sounded. And how about this here? You've shown no history of balance to what you say. You've shown except for 22. You've shown no history of balance the last 2 years. And you're giving them the benefit because they won the Super Bowl in February, right?
I'm going to read you something Kurt Warner put out today.
Okay.
Kurt Warner is excellent, by the way, on Twitter. For anybody who's over on X.
You've had him on.
Yeah. Have you?
Yeah. Kurt Warner's been on this. Yeah.
Have you? I don't remember having Kurt on.
Are you crazy, my friend?
Bro, I remember all your guests.
You've had so many great people.
I remember every one of them.
Okay, you don't remember. I just forgot.
We've had Kurt twice. No, once. In May of 21, your first year doing the show.
I forgot to get, you know what? I just haven't called him. We'll try to
get him on,
tomorrow.
Bro, please. So he put this out today. Look at that, Sileo, man. I can't believe I forgot. I never forget your guest. All right, let me pull it up, though. So this is what Kurt Warner put out today. Somebody tweeted to Kurt and said, Kurt, forgive me if you spoke on this already. What do you think about the Eagles' offense? Do you believe the problem lies with the play caller or execution? One of my favorite QBs of all time, by the way. Appreciate what you did for the game. And this is Kurt's response. Kurt says, the hard part is their pass game has been simple concepts for years. They have built it to take advantage of teams that leave one-on-one on the outside because they have to stop the run. So now they are struggling to run, and they don't have this innovative pass game to fall back on. And I'm not sure that's JH's strength. So you either have to get back to running the ball or recreate your identity, but that's not easy to do in season. And I think that synopsis sums up.
That's my take for 4 years. That's my take for 4 years. There's simple concepts. It's not a high-powered offense. He could never run John Gruden's offense. That's not what it is. They're go routes. Bro, I knew you were going to throw that ball to A.J. Brown sitting on my fucking couch going, why would you leave him open? I mean, why are you leaving that guy open? And right now, you don't have to fear the run game because they're not going anywhere with the run game. Xander, they don't get that run game going. They're not going anywhere.
Wait, look at Joe. I love Joe. Xander be switching up more than Sills. Joe, it's the team.
That's right.
The only reason I switch up is because the team. They're
That's
like
right.
night and day, week in and week out, Joe.
That's right.
You
That's
hear
right.
me? I do a talk show every day. You sit in your mom's basement. Sit down and shut the fuck up, Joe Ho. All right? You don't get to broadcast your thoughts every day. When you broadcast every day on sports, you're bound to go back and forth.
No.
You get new information.
Going back and forth because the team isn't. You know why the takes are inconsistent? The team's inconsistent.
So the only thing stupider than this comment is getting new information and not evolving your opinion. That's the only thing stupider than what Joe Ho's saying.
That's right.
I know Joe Ho. I know you're just messing. He's always in here fucking messing. Joe Ho. His name is Joe Ho. What should I expect from Joe Ho?
Joe Ho. No,
yeah, exactly.
All right. So I wrote down. Here they are. I got my top 10 teams. I do it every Tuesday. Are you ready?
Chiefs are winning the AFC.
Hey, you know what? They might.
Who the hell is in the AFC?
Wait a second.
Conference.
Here's right there. Listen, way too early. Xander, here is the playoff picture. If it right now, Colts 1, Patriots 2, Broncos 3, Steelers 4, Bills 5, Chiefs 6, Jaguars 7. The Chiefs aren't even in the playoffs. They're on the bubble. Here's the NFC. Packers 1, Niners 2, Eagles 3, Bucks 4, Lions 5, Seahawks 6, Rams 7. What do all those teams have in common? They're all 5-2, except the Packers because they got that bullshit tie with the Cowboys. Okay? All right. Here's my top 10 teams.
All right, I'm going to give you mine too.
Okay? Number 10, the New England Patriots. I have a 10.
All right.
Number 9, I like your take yesterday, so I'm adding it.
Which one? Which was what?
The Seahawks are at number 9. Number 8, I got the Kansas City Chiefs at number 8. Number 7, I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. At number 6, I have the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay.
At number 5, now this is to this point, I've got the Denver Broncos. At number 4, I've got the Green Bay Packers. At number 3, I've got the Los Angeles Rams. At number 2, I've got the Lions. And I can't believe what I'm going to tell you right here. I got the fucking Colts number 1, dude.
Okay, I got the Lions 1.
Okay.
Dude, did you see that Lions defense last night? And they were banged up everywhere. They were missing Brian Branch in that game. That defense plays physical, fast, physical, aggressive. They had Baker Mayfield in jail last night. By the way, he played like shit.
Totally. He was terrible.
Yeah, he played like shit last night.
He was absolutely terrible.
Now, I will say this. For anybody who was watching the trenches in that game, that Bucs O-line was getting murdered.
Hey, so was the D-line.
I know. But I'm speaking specifically about Baker, that O-line, that right tackle, boy, that guy, he must have ice bathed all night because Aiden Hutchinson was just
he was limping after the game.
Aiden Hutchinson just destroyed that guy last night.
Yeah. Oh, Charlie Heck got crushed last night.
Oh my God. That was his name, Charlie Heck. He got annihilated in that game.
He was just crushed last night.
Remember when we talked about Hutchinson yesterday with the car? Yeah, they're gonna pay him.
Well, you know what? They picked up his 5th year. They didn't give him a 3-year contract extension. They picked up the 5th year because I think it had a lot to do with the injury. You know, I mean, yeah, Mayfield got destroyed. It was tough to see Mike Evans go out like that. Clavicle injury. He's probably lost for the remainder of the year. Plus, he had a concussion. Gibbs was just spectacular, though. So let me hear your 10.
All right, I'm doing this off the top of my head, just kind of
Yes.
looking at the list. So I'm going to rattle off who I think is easily in mine. This is not in order yet. All right, Colts are
Okay.
obviously in mine.
It's okay.
Chiefs are going to be in mine. Eagles are going to be in mine. Packers are going to be in mine. They're going to be a little lower. Rams are going to be in mine. Detroit, Seattle, New England, Tampa. And I think right on the outs, probably is Buffalo in yours?
No.
They're falling quick. Is Denver in yours?
I got them 5th.
Denver 5th?
Got Denver 5th.
I don't like that for you, bro. Their last 2 wins are massive comebacks on 2 NFC East teams. Eagles did not play their best game, and the New York Giants had them dead to rights, and they
I
collapsed.
love that defense.
The defense is good. Nick Bonito and all those guys, Pat Surtain.
They are awful good on defense, brother.
I think San Fran's right on the outside looking in for me. You lose Bosa and Warner, it's hard for me to think that defense is going to be able to prevail in the long term. Chicago, that's a team I was right about. It's early, but that's a team I said in the offseason might turn the page a little or turn the corner a little bit. So I'm feeling good about that take. Pittsburgh's right on the outside looking in. You know who I think is broken into my top 15, and Eagles fans are going to hate this. Well, no, not my top 15. Probably top 18, though. Top 16, 17, Dallas.
Dallas is getting better.
That offense is just so good, dude. I mean, you got to tip your hat. When you watch good football, I mean, that offense is a good offense, dude. I mean, they can run the ball right now. Javonte Williams is second in the NFL in rushing yards. CeeDee Lamb's making plays. George Pickens is making plays. Jake Ferguson is making plays. Dak Prescott's lights out right now. I mean, that's a good team. So, all right, let's put these in order. Number 1, I'm going to go – I said Lions, but didn't the Chiefs thrash the Lions?
Yeah, Sunday night.
I can't put the Chiefs 1.
Why not?
Because I don't think they're the best team.
Don't go by records, man. Records are irrelevant in this. What's your eyeball test? Do you? By the way,
I haven't watched every Chiefs snap.
Hey, I'm telling you not to do one. I got them 8th.
All right, I'm gonna go Detroit 1, Indy 2, Chiefs 3. I'm gonna go Eagles 4. I'm gonna go Rams 5, Packers 6. I like Rams above Packers. New England 7. Seattle 8. Tampa 9. And Buffalo 10.
No Seattle?
I had Seattle.
Okay.
I had Seattle above Tampa.
Okay.
I think they're a better team right now.
Well, they beat them last week.
Yeah.
No, Tampa beat them.
Tampa beat them. I know.
Isn't it funny? All these teams, these 5-2 teams, have one of their shitty losses. Everybody's got
and they've all lost to each other in a way.
Yeah,
you know?
Right. Yes.
Who did Indy lose to this year?
Jags. Didn't they lose to the Jags early?
Is that
Don't tell me they lost to the Browns. They lost to a team.
No, they didn't lose to the Browns.
I thought it was the Jags.
They lost to the Rams.
Oh, okay.
They lost to the Rams.
Dude,
all right, I think I feel all right about my 10. I mean, it's not perfect, but off the top of my head, I think it's pretty close to where I'd be with it. Right on the outside, I have Denver, I have San Fran, I have Chicago, Pittsburgh. How about Baltimore this year? Whew. Holy crap. It's like Baltimore falls off the face of the earth, and the AFC looks like there's nobody over there.
Isn't that crazy? But Bengals and the Ravens are teams that people were circling at the beginning of the year. Dude, they're going to be in the top 5 picks of the draft in April.
You know who's a tough guy to talk about or grade? Justin Herbert. Like, what do you think of him?
Tremendous talent, but man, you got to string it together, dog.
Yeah, like that's exactly how I feel. I mean, you watch some of his raw talent.
It's amazing.
It's insane.
But he's got to string it together.
The arm strength, the accuracy, some of the stuff that he can do is amazing. But
how big he is in the pocket.
Like, that end zone pick the other day, I'm like, where the fuck are you going with that ball?
Dude, but Indianapolis.
Now that offensive line is destroyed.
I got it.
Still, I don't know. Dude, this is a weird football league this year, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's why I can't tell you who gets to the Super Bowl in Santa Clara for Super Bowl 60. I have no idea right now.
I think the Chiefs are going to be there.
Well, you really got a limb, ain't you?
No, I mean, who's going to knock him out in the AFC playoffs?
You know what? I guess every time I talk shit on 15, all of a sudden he rips off 4 in a row.
Let me see what's going on. What do the Chiefs' schedule look like coming up?
Well, dude, they're going to be a top schedule because they made it to the Super Bowl.
How about the Commander? By the way, who was right on the end? Well, it's too early.
No. I had to hang in there a little bit.
I told you though.
Okay.
All right, Chiefs got the Commanders, then they got the Bills, the Broncos, the Colts, and the Cowboys. Dude, they got a tough schedule. Commanders they're what they are right now, but they're not an easy out. Then they have the Bills. They are what they are. Josh Allen's never an easy out. Then they have the Broncos. That defense is good. That's a divisional opponent. Then they got the Colts, another team humming. Then the Cowboys. Then they got Texans, Chargers, Titans, Broncos, Raiders. They got a tough schedule. The Chiefs have a tough schedule.
That's why I'm kind of hanging in there.
Yeah.
What they do here. Here's my top 10 quarterbacks.
I don't think the Patriots are fool's gold.
No way.
I do not.
Mm-mm.
Dave, have you watched the Patriots or are you just saying that?
Mike Vrabel is not fool's gold.
No. Dave needs to answer this. Have you watched a Patriots game or do you watch highlights and then you say they're fool's gold?
They're physical.
There's a big differentiation there.
Yeah.
If you watch the Patriots, that team is not fool's gold.
Yeah, they're physical.
That quarterback can flat out play.
He can, man.
Drake May is a good quarterback.
They are a very physical football team.
Okay, so Dave answered by saying, look who they played. Okay, Dave, so you didn't – just answer the question, Dave. You didn't watch the team. That's what you're telling me. You're just looking at who they played and saying they're a phony. They're not a phony. I don't think they're a phony.
So John Clark just posted this. Eagles offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo on Devontae Smith pushing them to call the play that resulted in a 79-yard touchdown. That play was put in on Wednesday when we put the game plan together. It was a play off of a play. The process started Wednesday with the installation. We walked through it. We go through it in practice. And then as we get closer to the game, we identify which plays we'd like to go in with. There was some setup plays that led to that play. When you go through the process, the guys know it's on their radar. And obviously that was one of the personal and potential ones that was there for him or AJ. They're both on high alert, like for those plays. He said this, he said he kept coming to the sidelines saying that this play's open all day. This play's open all day. And they refused to deviate off the game plan a little bit until finally Devontae said, just throw it.
So apparently our NFL coaches need to be told that running play action every once in a while is a good thing to do. I mean, bruh.
He's kindergarten.
By the way, I want to address one comment because it's shout to Tom Davey who's tuning in from Facebook. We just started streaming to Facebook daily. So,
thanks, Tom.
Yeah, so Tom, I'm going to answer it because he's over on Facebook. Tom, thanks for being here, dude. What do the Eagles look like with Herbert at quarterback? That's a tough question. Tom, you trying to get me in trouble, dog?
Tom, here's what Herbert would have to do, though. There would be less passing attempts because they'd be focused on run. Justin Herbert needs a run game to take some of the pressure off those stupid plays he makes. If Justin Herbert doesn't have a constant run game and doesn't have an effective offensive line, he is known to make those bonehead plays. So the one thing that Jalen Hurts is better than him at is clearly Jalen will take the sack instead of throwing the pick. And there lies the difference in winning and losing is the turnover. And so, yeah, I mean, that's right, Zander. The team is built in Los Angeles for Herbert. The team in Philadelphia is built for Hurts.
Yeah.
Here's my top 10 quarterbacks.
All right, let's hear it.
Number 10. I'm going to keep Hurts in my top 10, and I'm going to put him there at 10.
Okay.
Number 9, I got Sam Darnold.
I think that's a little low for Sam. I'm not going to lie to you.
Number 8, I got Justin Herbert.
Okay.
Number 7, I got Jared Goff. Number 6, I got Drake May. Number 5, dude, I got Dak.
Dak at 5?
Number 4, I got...
Wait. How do you have Dak at 5?
I'm going to tell you here in a minute. I got 4. I got Mayfield. I'm not going to let one game dismiss the 5-2 record. Just like I wouldn't put Jalen out of my top 10 because those other games were mediocre. I got Stafford 3. Dude, Matthew Stafford is having a spectacular
year.
And, dude, I'm going to do something. I moved him up here because you talked me into it just now. I'm putting Mahomes 2, man. I'm putting Patrick Mahomes 2. Yeah. And I've got Danny Dimes number 1 right now. So Dimes Jones 1. I've got Mahomes 2, Stafford 3, Mayfield 4, Dak 5, Drake May 6, Goff 7, Herbert 8, Darnold 9, and Hurts 10.
I don't hate it at all. I think Hurts is probably a little low there for me, but I'm going to go number 1. I'm going off just this year. I'm not going off full resume. I'm just going off of quarterback play right now. All right. Right now through 7 weeks. I'm going Dak 1. I think he's the best quarterback in football right now. Doesn't mean he's going to be great in the playoffs. I don't need to hear people, he fails in the playoffs. I know. I'm not talking about the playoffs. I'm talking about right now. I think Dak is the best quarterback in football right now. I think Stafford's going to be number 2 for me. I'm going to put Mahomes number 3. I'm going to put Josh Allen number 4. I'm going to put Sam Darnold number 5. I'm going to put Jalen Hurts number 6. I'm going to put where do I want to go here? I think Drake May's been a better player right now than Jared Goff. I'm going to have to go Drake May. That's high, right?
You bet that's high. Now, I got May at 6th.
Well, where am I at? I'm at 7, aren't I?
Okay, well, I got Drake May 6. So that's not high. By the way, I'm replacing Herbert with Allen. I'm putting Allen in instead of Herbert.
Yeah, at number 8. Come on, Allen's still Allen. He's got a straight team.
Yeah, that was a mistake on my end. I'm putting Allen at number 8.
All right, I'll go Drake May there. I'll go Drake May there, and then I'll go what's his name? Jared Goff. Then I'll go. Jeez, I'm so unimpressed with Jordan Love, dude. I really am.
I couldn't put him in there either.
I'm so unimpressed with him. You could honestly make an argument. Nah, probably not Aaron Rodgers right now. Baker.
He's not. You got to put Baker in there, dude.
Got to put Baker in there. I'll go Baker next, and then I'll probably go Herbert to close it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Daniel Jones, Mahomes, Stafford, Mayfield, Dak, May, Goff, Allen.
Did I leave Daniel Jones off mine?
What's that?
Did I name Daniel Jones?
Yeah, you left him off.
Yeah, I think I got to get him in there. I can't leave Daniel Jones off. He's playing like the best quarterback, one of the best quarterbacks in football right now. See, this is why I hate doing it off the top of my head. I got to start writing them down. We do these Tuesdays.
Every Tuesday. Yeah, I do it every Tuesday.
Tuesday lists.
Listen to this. Daniel Jones is on pace right now for 4,472 yards and 25 touchdowns and 7 picks. And he's on pace for 670 yards rushing.
Who is that?
Daniel Jones.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts is on pace for 4K. Don't look now.
Well, they're going to have to if they can't run the ball.
That would be another never proven wrong.
How about this? Well, they're going to have to because they can't run the ball and they've been behind. I mean, the other years they weren't really playing from behind.
Yeah.
Now you're playing from behind. What's the one line John brings up? The Eagles are the only team I've ever seen in my life that have a winning record, and you've been outscored by or outrushed and out yardage in every single game.
Daniel Jones has 1,800 yards already, man. Whew. Herbert leads the league in passing yards, but just too many picks, and he seems to be a streaky player. And
yeah,
he really does.
Yep.
Jalen Hurts is right now pacing good. I mean, I know he had a couple big games in a row, but he's 12th in the league in passing yards, 1,500 yards already for him, 11 touchdowns, 1 pick. Jalen's having a quiet. Jalen, after get righting the ship this week. When you look at the full picture, it's starting to look a lot better for him quickly. But we'll see how that goes for the next couple of weeks. Obviously, can't go off one game.
You think they've made the transition? From the run to the pass now?
I think they might have to. They can't run the ball right now. I mean, and that brings up the Kurt Warner problem that I read earlier in this segment, where he's like, the Eagles don't have a complex passing offense. So it's a multi-year problem. It's not only this is where I don't think Kevin Patullo has done a perfect job, and I don't think he's given the team an advantage. But this is where I think Eagles fans go too far. Because we were successful last year, people act like Kellen. Guys, the passing offense had the same simple routes and concepts last year. The same simple route concepts. So, if you're not going to criticize the last couple years, you can't just isolate on Kevin Patullo. It's been an Eagles problem. So, that's where that comes into play. And you're like, all right, if they are going to become a passing team, you would think they would need a little bit more than a couple go balls on the outside in man coverage, to be good at it. So I don't know. I do think they got to start passing right now, though. I don't think it's a good playoff recipe, though. I'll say that. If they don't get that run game going by the playoffs, I don't think we're going to go the distance. You got to be able to run the football in the playoffs, man.
By the way, we'll read your super chats here in a second.
Yeah, we got Keith coming up.
Keith Byers will join us at the bottom of the hour here. So let me ask you this there, then, Zander. I mean, okay, so on Vic, you think we're going to see Jacorian Bennett this weekend?
No, I don't. He wasn't good. He wasn't good.
Okay, so no Jacorian Bennett. Okay. Did you hear what Vic said about Jackson Dart? He said this. He goes, all the teams that passed on him, you're going to regret passing on that guy. He's an elite runner. He throws on time, and he's really good at throwing on the run. Obviously, the last game, he was really impressed with him. I mean, I thought Vic got his ass handed to him in that game. Yeah, Brian Dable and him.
Vic is also good at a little bit of that gamesmanship too, where he talks up his opponents. He talked up Baker. He talked up Bo Nix. He talks them all up a little bit. So, but I do agree with him. I think Jackson Dart has impressed me more in game than I thought. I thought he was kind of a swagger moxie guy. I always liked that about him. But I didn't know about the actual football quarterbacking attributes. Can he get the ball into tight windows? Can he throw the football downfield? Can he, be on time and in rhythm and stuff like that? I think he's done a really good job.
Don't you want?
They might have one. They might finally got a guy in New York there, man.
Don't you want Dean on the field with that kind of speed in the run game?
Yes, 100%. Dude, we watched 30 snaps last week. The defense was significantly better with him on the field. And
with a guy that runs the ball at quarterback, don't you want him on the field more?
Right. I don't know. John told me, he's like, Dean's going to be the odd man out. Because think about it. A lot of Eagles fans want the Eagles to still trade for another edge. So let's walk through that. If they trade for another edge, now you got Brandon Graham, another edge, Jalix, no one's coming back. Now you're going to have a lot of guys at edge, which means rule out Campbell being at the edge rusher room. They got enough of them. So now you're back to Campbell, Bond, Dean. There's an odd man out. Either an edge rusher guy sitting and Campbell staying at the edge, or one of the linebackers is going to the bench. Is it Dean or is it Campbell? John says it's Dean. I think it could be Campbell.
I do too, and I'll tell you why.
Let the young buck learn, man. Sit on the bench, consume some of the game from the side, see what you're seeing from that angle. We'll get you your game reps.
Bro, I think Dean's a better player.
Me too. Right, a better linebacker. I'm talking about being a linebacker.
Listen, you know what people are going to take? They're going to take that I think he's a better player and that he's got more skill. That's not what I said. He's better today. You know what I'm saying? He's better today. I would get Campbell more in so I can get him in flash plays.
Yeah.
Put him more in a position, to win. Mike. Hey,
Sigma, I don't disagree. I mean, Sigma says we need an edge, though, Zander. I agree with you, brother. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying there is going to be some ramifications to that where, Campbell might not be on the field as much or Dean can't get on the field. I think Dean is the better move right now.
So one last one here before we read the super chats here. I thought it was kind of an interesting take that when Vic was asked the question, he answered it more like a politician, which is not his strength. And you can always tell when he's going to have to answer something smart. When he was asked about Brandon Graham, he goes, yeah, when I occasionally walked in and saw him around the facility, I kind of teased him about retiring, this and that. This is clearly a Howie Roseman sign. There's no way Fangio was politicianing for this guy to come back. That's not how he answered that. I mean, they made that decision. And in my opinion, this is what we call in the business. That's a Howie cover. The guy retired. What a better way to cover up a retirement than going into the well and bringing back a fan favorite. I mean, dude, I don't know. And Vic Fangio even asked the question. They asked him the question, what do you think Brandon Graham's going to bring? He goes, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I have no idea. So when you have a guy, that doesn't sound like a guy that was politicianing for a guy who doesn't know what he's going to bring to the defense, does it?
No, it doesn't. I mean, the thing I like about it is you don't have to give up a draft pick, and he's probably better than any free agent available. So, from that perspective, I guess it's worth.
I'm not shitting on it. I'm not
either. But it's obvious how he should have just brought him back and not made him retire in the first place. To be
you should have signed him in March.
I heard Hugh Douglas today. I'm not sure if you saw that. Hugh Douglas was like, "Yeah, well, we had an edge rusher, Bryce Huff. If he was here, we wouldn't need to bring back BJ." I'm like, "Oh, man, come on." Bryce Huff was never going to work in Vic Fangio's
scheme. He's got 4 sacks right now.
I know. But he wouldn't work here, dude. That's not
what I got it.
Wants. Yeah, so
it's not as hey, look, Robert Saleh knows how to use them. Okay.
I saw my boy Deshay in the chat who said BG's here to be the babysitter for AJ and Jalen.
That's not why I'm giving a roster spot up, man. Why don't I just sign Big Dom? Oh man, Big Z, your team, it never ceases to amaze me. It writes itself every fucking day.
It always does, man. It always does. Sometimes I wish they wouldn't, but at the end of the day, it's good for business. So
you know what I'm going to ask? I'm going to ask Keith Byers. Does a running back run out of gas quickly?
Yeah, well, he's going to have an answer to it. It's good. Supers. Edgar, what's up, brother? I think AJ means they use me as a decoy, not skill. Brother, you're deciphering like the
Thank you, though.
You're like deciphering tongues there, man, when you're talking about AJ Brown's captions. I mean, I don't know what the hell what it means, Edgar.
Using smoke signals.
Using me, but not using me. That could literally mean they're using me in the game and they're using me in the media. It could mean that they're not using me in the game properly, but they're using me in a decoy. It could literally mean anything, bro. There's like 834. There's like 800 freaking interpretations of the damn, which I think is why he was trolling. I think he knew it was easy. I agree, actually. I think he's trolling us.
Jesus Christ, man.
Kimberly. Barkley has so many carries. The passing game will rest the him and O-line to rest them for important part of the season.
Well, here's your problem with that. If you rest them against this Giants defensive front seven, you'll lose again. Zander, they're not going to get healthier in the offensive line until the offseason.
I agree.
That's unless you rest them. And if you rest them, you take the chance of dropping these simple games. You can't drop an NFC game, especially a divisional game.
Here's Justo. Justo says, Stout University has gone woke. That's why the O-line sucks.
I don't think so.
I don't know, man. The players are not playing well right now. The guys are hurt in the middle. Tyler Steen's not what Mekhi Becton was. Cam Jurgens is kind of a shell of himself right now. It is what it is. Here's Josh. Stop paying these old dudes who are going to only be here for 2 years. Maybe we need young, talented guys, not old dudes past their prime. Well, Josh, what are you talking about? I mean, they got quite a few young guys. They're one of the youngest rosters in football.
Do you think Howie failed more at edge or more in the O-line this year?
Probably the edge.
The edge?
The edge.
Okay.
I think all of us came in thinking the O-line would be fine. I don't think anybody thought the O-line was going to look like this at the beginning of the year. Landon and Cam are going to be healthy. The only change was Tyler Steen. So I think we thought we were going to prevail. I mean, the depth hasn't been great, but they brought back Fred.
Hey, the O-line that Keith Byers played for was one of the worst in professional football history. And now you're looking at an offensive line that is banged up, not good. And 36% of the time, Saquon Barkley has been hit behind the line of scrimmage. We're going to read these supers, and we're going to get right to Keith.
We got them all. We're all good. Oh, one more, and then we'll get to Keith. Completely agree. Dean is better at diagnosing the run plays and shooting gaps before the O-line can engage him. He's amazing at it.
I'm going to tell you one. I'm going to give you something.
Then we're going to
go to Keith. Check it out. I played against Earl Campbell, one of the greatest backs of all time. He was in New Orleans. He was in really good shape at the time, right? When I hit him, he was a pillow. And this guy was one of the most dominant players in the history of the NFL. And I remember going to the sidelines going, what the hell happened to that guy? You know what Leroy Selman told me? Hey, you put a lot of miles on them wheels. Okay, you put a lot of miles on them wheels, dog. It hits you in between the eyes. And it comes fast.
They got to get Barkley going, man. They're going to have to get Barkley. Look, even if they become a passing team for the next 4, 5, 6 weeks, I think you come playoff time, if that running game isn't working a little bit, I don't think this team is a Super Bowl team. I mean, you got to be able to run the football in the NFL. I mean, even the best quarterbacks and the best offenses got to be able to run the football.
One last thing I'm going to leave you with before you go. You know what Keith Byers said in 2023 when they were 10-2? Do you remember?
No.
He went like this. The Eagles aren't playing playoff football. They really haven't played playoff football since Turkey Day.
Yeah,
and they went on that downfall.
Yeah, that's right. I do remember that now.
About this offense here. Big Z will catch you tomorrow, my friend.
Thank you, Big Sills. Appreciate it, brother.